Hey guys, Brian delivers you the goods here. I'm returning to you this morning for a Tuesday album review, and I wanted to surprise you guys for the Tuesday album review I was going to reveal. And this is for Akon's second studio album, Konvicted, that I just got done listening to. So I'm going to discuss what I listened to for this album and let you know my thoughts on it. So let's dive into this Tuesday album review. Now, it's been a little while since I've heard this album, but yeah, coming back to it, I really like most of the songs. I like a lot of these songs. Shakedown's one of my favorites. Um, it was a great start to open the record, um, to open this album. Then you have Blown Away, which is actually not too bad. Smack That, featuring Eminem in it, was pretty good. Uh, Eminem's rap in it was awesome. Styles P and Blown Away was, he didn't have a bad rap, but yeah, I think I Wanna Love You is pretty popular. I think the beats to how the melodies are playing out, they're doing very well for this album. I think this is more successful than the Trouble album. Trouble wasn't bad, I think this is more successful. And this Akon had a big breakthrough with this album, and I think it should have gotten an award for a pretty good album. But is it a pretty good album? Yes, it is. There's a couple songs that I'm not too crazy about, like one of the singles, Don't Matter, which is a mediocre track. It's nothing terrible, it's just, I gave it like a 4.5 out of 5. That's not a bad rating. It's a solid rating for a song. And Once in a While is another one that I couldn't like the samples on his sampling in this song or whatever. That he sampled some old song and put it into his song. That's what kind of drove me off the topic of really liking this song. But And Still Alone is another one that I just couldn't like Akon's voice in it. It was a little, uh, it was fine in the chorus, but nothing great. Chorus wasn't my favorite thing about the song, where he's like, "You got a man, you never home," or whatever, and it just sounded a little off with his voice. But I think the rest of the songs are outstanding. They're like really good. And this was Akon's definite breakthrough for this album. This probably made a lot of money and sold a lot of copies. And I actually do own the album. I only own the CD itself. I lost the CD case broke or whatever, and I lost the other stuff for it, like the booklet and all that stuff. So I was a little upset that I lost it. But eh, if I have to, I'll buy another Konvicted album, the explicit version. But I'm sticking with the Walmart version because I got it from Walmart like years ago. I think I got it when I was 12 or 13. So I'm already almost 25 now. So damn. Time really does fly by. But yeah, Gangsta Bop was actually a good one. There was some sampling, auto-tune, chip, weird voice over thing that I didn't really like. But the song itself was really good. And Tired of Running is probably the last song that I liked. Well, not the last song, but for the regular edition, it is the last song that I liked on the regular edition, because the regular edition only has 12 tracks, which the last track is Don't Matter. And Fair to You was another favorite of mine. The rain was really good. I like how the rain pours down in the song, which is pretty awesome. And then it leads into the next song, which is Never Took the Time, and it still has the raining coming down. And then it slowly fades away. It slowly fades out, the rain, and then goes into the Never Took the Time song. And Mama Africa was really good, and I Can't Wait had a really catchy beat. But I Wanna Love You is one of my favorite songs, and Smack That was pretty catchy too. So there's a lot of good bangers on this album. A lot of good bangers to definitely just jam out to and enjoy your listen. But Shakedown is one of my favorites. It is my personal favorite off this album. And when I came back listening to it again, I'm like, oh yeah, now I'm in the groove for this album now. But the Walmart soundtrack versions, or the AOL versions for Mama Africa and I Wanna Love You, were actually really good. They weren't terrible at all. I was almost ready to say they weren't favorites, but they are favorites. Yeah, I Wanna Love You, the live version to it was Akon's voice started struggling a little, but he still did a good job, even if he struggled with his voice. But overall, Konvicted is one of his best albums. It's a pretty good album. I really liked it. There's a couple tracks that I'm not so crazy about, but like Once in a While, Don't Matter, and Still Alone were not my personal favorites, but they were fine. But out of 10, I think I'm going to give this album an 8.5 out of 10. This was pretty good, and I would give it a higher rating, but there were a couple tracks with their overall sound of those tracks that I mentioned that I didn't think were my favorites. Just didn't do so well over me. Those were the weaker songs, in my opinion. But definitely comment below. Let me know what you guys thought of this Tuesday album review I did for Akon Konvicted, if you've heard this album. And if you like this Tuesday album review, comment below and let me know your thoughts on it. Tap a like on this video if you liked it. Subscribe to my channel if you can to support the channel. I will be returning to you for 2 track reviews today. Marilyn Manson, We Are Chaos, and Disciple, Game On. Someone requested me to review the Disciple track for Game On or whatever. So I'm definitely going to be reviewing that. And, geez, I'm like, I don't know, I just feel a little tired today. Like, I woke up, I'm not in a bad mood, I'm just tired, because I feel like I could have gotten a little more sleep, but I'll be okay for the day. But most of all, this album was really good. I see myself returning to this a lot, but yeah, Shakedown's my personal favorite. The chorus was great, and how he goes, oh, this is Shakedown. Oh, I really like that part. The ohs or whatever. It's really interesting. And pretty good. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed this Tuesday album review I made for you guys. Did the best I could to make it as good as possible. But thank you for watching this Tuesday album review. I hope you enjoyed it. Stay safe, take care, and I'll see you in the next review.